This is the IC Pixels podcast with David and Anthony Cavins. We're going to talk about design in everyday situations. All right, well, welcome back to the IC Pixel podcast. This is Anthony.
And this is David.
And we're back with a new episode.
More flavor in your ear.
Yeah. So how was the weekend? I went back to Alabama for the weekend to abandon my child with my parents.
Oh, he's on spring break.
Yeah. I went back, and then John, one of our friends named John, he doubted that I actually had a pretty nice jumper. So I had to go show him what was what. And so no, it was cool.
So you still are under the belief that your jumper's moist.
It definitely is. I mean, no, I don't know if I told you, but last year I started playing basketball, and when I first started, I kind of sucked. So I was like, okay. And I started going in the morning at like 7:30 a.m. when nobody's out there but me and people running around the park. And I would just shoot for like 30, 45 minutes. And my goal was to, I set a goal for myself. After a while, I was like, okay, well, I have to make at least 3 to 4 free throws in a row. I have to make, 3 jumpers in a row, and I have to make 3 threes in a row. Actually, I added the jumpers last because that was actually the hardest thing to do, is 3 jumpers in a row, because there was no marks on the court, so I wasn't necessarily shooting from the same spot every time.
Yeah.
So it was kind of, it would change. You couldn't just remember. But 3 threes in a row, that was actually, yeah. I'm not terrible at threes anymore. I don't think I ever was, but I don't know. Because he doubted me, and we drove around and found a court, and I just, first shot. And he was like, oh, okay.
Curry.
And then we spent like an hour just shooting around or whatever. I convinced him. I was like, see, you just need to do this. Just get a ball, have it in your trunk, and just go find a court every once in a while and go. I don't know. For me, it was a therapeutic thing. It started just trying to get better at it, but it turned into a therapeutic thing. First thing in the morning, you're just trying to get your thoughts together, and you can just, you need something that, kind of like a mindless activity.
Yeah.
You're just out there shooting. And after a while, it becomes this thing. It's a challenge for you because you're trying to hit 3 threes in a row. And what happens, even though you could have the perfect form and everything, you've done this like a million times, but it's in your brain after that. You'll shoot 2, make them both. But when you get to that third one, you can't make it.
Yeah. If you told yourself to make 4, you'd probably be making 3 easy.
But then that's what he said. But then you're lying to yourself. And you know that. So if you make 3, you're still a failure.
Yeah.
Because you didn't make 4.
Yeah.
So you have to, So there's many times I was out there like, why can I not make? Honestly, when I left, I was trying to make 3 in a row, and I kept on messing up. And finally, we just gave up, saying, all right, I'm gonna make 1, and then we're gonna go.
Yeah. So I've done something similar to that, where, so with my new work schedule, I technically have time to play ball after work, but recently I've been busy working on some other stuff, and we'll talk about that later. But
mixtape,
that and something else.
Okay.
But when I go to the basketball court, especially if I'm just shooting around, what I try and do is I'll start, the key, where you line up for free throws. I'll start on one side of the key and just shoot from there, trying to make that shot, and then I work my way all the way around the key. So up one side of the key to the free throw line, once at each corner of the free throw and one in the middle of the free throw line, and then down the other side of the key. Most of those shots are easy to make, but once I get out there by the free throw line, I start missing some. But my goal is always to just go all the way around and not miss any. I think I've maybe done it once or twice, but my theory, because I've done this since I was in high school. My thought was, because I'm pretty good, I can handle the ball pretty good. So if I can handle the ball pretty good, I can get to the free throw line. It doesn't matter who's guarding me, unless it's like Gary Payton or somebody crazy or something.
Yeah,
like
as
that.
most people aren't shooting free throws in the middle of the game. Nobody's trying to shoot their,
Yeah, but
and do the
my thought is
shot.
if I can get to that distance, you can't stop me at that point, because I can make a shot and then the layup is easy, and So I'll go around and just shoot like standing still or jumpers from all those spots, and then I'll also try and just like do a spin move and then shoot from wherever I end up from all the way around,
Yeah.
just so that I'm comfortable anywhere in that zone. And then I felt like this might not be logical. If you're like a professional person and knows, feel free to inform me. My thought was like, if I can get those shots where they just don't miss, then you kind of can't stop me because I can get that far in most of the time. Um,
Yeah.
so I do that, and
I'm.
then I forgot what the other thing was. Oh, what I'll do is I'll shoot. I'll start at the three point line, free throw line, whatever. I'll just start shooting, and then if I miss, wherever the ball lands, like wherever am able to catch it from, like so it hits the backboard or hits the rim, bounces off, and ends up at the 3 point line, I shoot from there. If I miss, I grab
Mhm.
the ball wherever it lands and shoot from there. And I just keep shooting and shooting, and sometimes I'm just constantly shooting from the same place, or I'm ending up shooting like from behind the basketball goal or whatever because I'm messing up so bad. But
That sounds like a mess.
yeah,
That's a.
it's a
That sounds like a hot mess right there.
it's
That's
kind of a
that's not
mess.
good.
It's not like a good way. I don't think it's a good way to practice per
No,
se, but it kind of
no.
encourages me to try and make it. Because if I make it, then I can shoot a layup.
Well, I know for me, especially since I was shooting threes, part of my encouragement was to make it was that I didn't want to have to go run and get the ball.
Yeah,
So if you make it, you don't have that problem anymore.
yeah, you're right.
It's gonna be right there. It may come right back to you. So it's like try to make it. I mean, it's like some of those things. It's like I picked up. Like I realized, like people that we used to play with when we were younger, like the old people. It's like, oh, well, they always, cherry picking and they only shooting threes and everything. And now I get it
Yeah,
because I went and I played with some people. I mean, I can still. I mean, I can still almost dunk like I used to. But I mean, it hurts later. So I get it. It's like, why am I out here? Or not. I don't be trying to dunk in a game or nothing like that. But I don't even drive in anymore. It's like, why?
yeah,
Why am I doing that? I can just shoot out here. I mean, I have just as much chance of making this shot out here, or better, maybe a better chance than if I run in, get all hacked up and everything to make a layup. Like, no, I'm good.
yeah. That's
I'm
true.
just gonna stay out here. I don't have to go as far. You know?
Make it rain
Because
on y'all.
yeah. I mean, I play defense and everything, but yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna be running all. Nah, man, I'm too old for that. I mean, and also the other thing. Oh, what were you gonna say?
uh, I was gonna say something about like the only people I've played with in the last 4 or 5 years have been my daughters and my wife,
Oh, okay.
and so
Oh, well,
competition is fierce. I be balling on
yeah.
them, but
That
don't get me on the court with
that's
somebody who actually knows how to play.
pretty sure that's sexist.
It's not sexist. It's
Yeah.
just they don't know how to play. Like one of my daughters can actually get the ball up to the rim, and it has made a shot or two. The other one,
Yeah.
she can't hit the rim. She's still working on it. She's still pretty good, but I don't know. I just let them get ahead, and then it's fun. But I haven't played with anybody
Yeah.
like seriously like who could actually play in years.
Yeah, Nate, my son Nathan, he's 12 now, so he's at that age where I'm not letting him win anymore.
Hmm.
It's over.
It's all
I mean,
downhill from here.
we haven't played basketball in a while, but because he never wants to go out there. He actually has an okay shot when I can convince him to go, but yeah, I don't know. He never. I don't know. He's more concerned with video games or whatever. But the other thing I was going to say, discovered is about playing as an adult is that you do it for a different reason. Because when you're younger, you still have these fantasies and
Hoop dreams.
yeah, you still have hoop dreams. I mean, but as an adult, I came back and was like, that's all dead. I have no desire to do that. I know it's not going to happen, and I'm okay with it. I'm just shooting around because I don't want to suck. I mean, I just want to make some shots, and it's fresh air, and yeah, keep that jumper moist.
Do you feel like as a black man it's important to maintain at least some level of basketball skill as well as
Yes,
a hot 16?
yes, I think so. I think that is as important
Well, there's three things as a
to
black
maintain
man you
my
should maintain is some level of basketball skill, a hot 16, and at least one fresh pair of shoes. Doesn't matter what they are, preferably
yeah.
J's or like some very like irrationally clean Air Force Ones as an old man.
Oh yeah. Well, okay. Well, Two out of three.
I used to
I
work with
mean,
this guy, and he had to be like 60s, 50s or 60s, because he still had like he was rocking like an afro and like blue blockers, but
mm,
he had these Air Force One highs. They were just so clean. It was it was like he had never worn them, but he would wear them like every Friday because it's casual Friday at work.
he probably got some shoe polish on them
I don't
every
know,
once
but
in a
they were
while.
just like incredibly white, and it was like it
Yeah, I
was
bet in
crazy.
if you look in his car on the carpet, it's probably like white footprints because he probably like
got,
does that in the
got
car
some
and then gets
kiwi shoe
out.
polish on there.
Yeah, in the console, just whips it out and dabs it a little bit just in case,
You got to dab on them.
just so they
Yeah,
know.
dab on them periodically.
Yeah, because yeah, yeah, he's probably got some footprints in the sand.
Well, I didn't do
But
anything as exciting as balling on anybody this weekend. What did I do? I had to go to some meetings and stuff like that, and then so that's the other thing I've been working on. Why I haven't played ball really that much recently. Uh, I've been working on some home improvement stuff at a property I used to live at. So, been doing that. It's I go over there after work every day basically, and it's a good break because I think I've talked about it on the podcast before. I don't like to like come home from work.
be around your family. Oh,
I can neither confirm nor
oh.
deny that. If you could keep your truthiness to a minimum. No, but I don't like to spend. I don't like to like work all day, then come home, eat dinner, and then get back on the computer. Like I like to take a
Oh,
break and do
yeah,
something
no.
else for a little while at least. If it's playing basketball, that's awesome. If it's working on my car, that's awesome. If it's
Yeah.
playing with my kids or whatever it is, I like to take a break. So that gives me like a break. I spend maybe an hour or so every day over there doing stuff, making progress, and
Yeah.
then I come home, eat dinner, play with the kids, avoid the rest of my family, and then get back on the computer. So um, that was all a joke, but
Right.
yeah, it's cool. So I know in the past we talked about like being creative and managing your creativity and inspiration and all that type of stuff. And I feel like that helps because just like playing basketball, it's not just like playing basketball because I don't get that much exercise. But like I was over there painting something today and
Mm.
listening to a podcast, but I'm not in front of a computer and I'm doing something. I'm accomplishing something. It feels good to accomplish, finish up some projects and stuff like that. And it's also again
Yeah.
like it's a break from the computer, so it gives me a chance to think things through and kind of do stuff in my head.
Yeah. I mean, that's like that idea I gave you yesterday about the posting on Instagram. It's like I thought about that while I was driving back home. It's
Yeah,
like I'm not doing anything else for 3 hours or 3.5 hours. So your brain is just. I mean, I was listening to music or podcasts or whatever, but you're able to think and you're not like. I mean, I guess it's still input when you're listening to like a podcast or something like that, but it's not the same thing as like sitting on a computer where you could have an infinite number of windows and projects and things going on at one time. Where it's all distraction, or even looking at your phone, where it's you just always constantly putting something in. Where you need time to have like where you're just
yeah,
outputting, where you're getting something out, or when you're just thinking to yourself. And I know like it's good for you. You think better when you're doing something like when you're walking or anything like that. Your brain works better when you're able to do that. I mean, like the basketball thing. That was one of the things why I liked it so well. I mean, so much in the morning because it helped me organize my thoughts while I was, bricking.
yeah.
Just thinking about why am I failing in life,
Well,
and then as the ball rattled off the back of
my shot is a
the
metaphor for my life. It just keeps missing.
rim.
Yeah, it's definitely helps, and I try and maintain. I try and keep something like that, like another hobby outside of because I feel like a lot of my hobbies are creative, but they're not
Yeah,
the like I'm not drawing. I do draw, but that's not what I consider like one of the take a break hobbies that I do. I probably should start doing that more, but
yeah,
like riding my bike, playing basketball, rapping. No, I'm joking. Uh, Working on my car, working on my other house. That type of stuff is, I guess, it is technically a hobby, but on the other hand, it's also like we talked about. It gives me a break to do something else.
Yeah, it was funny this weekend. I was at my cousin's house, and like there was a bunch of like college students over there, and like it was one guy. I don't know. He was like asking like random questions. It was funny, but well, he was. I don't know. He's like one of those people you would just that as a people watcher that you live to watch because it's just like what is wrong with this
Mm.
guy? He's always doing something or saying something weird or. But he like asked me at one point. He's like, "So, what do you do for fun?" And I was like, "What?
What is
What do
this
you
fun you
mean?"
speak of?
Like, "Well, fun. What are you talking about?" And I was like, I had to think about it. I was like, well, I don't know. Most of the fun I try to get paid at the same time. I don't. What do you mean fun? And then the rest of them, they're like, oh, so that's what being an adult is like. And I'm like, yeah, I guess so. I mean, because I can't even think. I don't know what I do for fun.
Yeah, I've been asked that before and didn't have a good answer. Yeah, I know, like I watch movies and stuff like that, but
Yeah, I don't really count though.
honestly, it's not fun. It's just like, oh, this is something I'm interested in. Let me watch this or whatever. But I wouldn't say I'm about to do this for fun because I don't think like that.
Yeah, that's the weird thing. I mean, maybe that's bad. I mean, I guess doing the basketball thing that was kind of fun for me. There's no point in
Well, I
that.
think as you get
But I mean,
older,
even things like,
it's like
hmm?
when you're older. Well, to me, this is just something I'm making up right now, so be warned. But it's like as you're older, most things you do you aren't doing just for fun, like literally just because it'll be fun. You have some
That's
other
true.
motive. Like I like
Yeah,
playing basketball, but I also don't like being fat. So I'm playing basketball,
yeah.
or I'm watching this movie because I want to have a relationship with my daughters.
That's not a good. Well, okay.
Like, do you think I want to? I care about like Frozen or any of that stuff? No, not
Yes.
really. But
Okay.
my kids enjoy it, so I watch it.
Okay. No, I mean, no, I mean, I understand that. I mean, I know way too much about everything because of my son. So, I mean, some of the stuff I actually care about, but probably not to the same extent that he cares about it. But you have to.
But I
So,
think, I mean, yeah, I don't want to say that everything I do is for some other reason, but there are some things that I enjoy that also serve a real practical purpose. Like I enjoy working on my car, but I also need a car to get to work
like,
or for
yeah,
transportation reasons. I enjoy riding my bike.
you're not. It's not a project that you're just
Right. It's
doing.
not just
You're
random.
not just building a. Yeah,
It's not like a restoration project I'm doing in my garage.
yeah. I guess the thing is, I was about to say like, well, I like working out, but that has a
Yeah.
purpose. I mean, it's several purposes for me, but it's not something I'm just doing for fun.
I mean, you got to get your Instagram likes up, so it makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I can be out here baggy wife beaters. I mean, about that life. But no, I mean, yeah, I mean, there's several reasons for me working out. I mean, yeah, I want to be in shape. Also, I have some kind of nerve issue in my hand, so I have to work out in order to manage it. And
The ladies, you got to be the latest man.
yeah, that too.
You had to think about
And
it for a second because you weren't sure whether you wanted to be a men's man for the men's.
you can you can be a man's man, but also well, never mind. Anyway, um, but yeah, no. I mean, so yeah, I don't know. I can't think of anything that I necessarily do for fun. I mean, well, I don't know. I mean, sometimes I paint things just because I want to, but I know in the back of my head I'd also like to sell it, you
Yeah,
know? But I mean, I guess maybe that qualifies as I would do it even if I wasn't getting paid, but I do like getting paid, so oh, yeah, I don't know. I can't think of anything that I just purely like just do for fun. Like there's no other motive, you know?
yeah. I think it's a chicken and egg thing, where I like playing basketball and I probably play basketball anyway, but it also is good for me, so I do it.
Yeah. I mean, you find some kind of benefit to it. It's like, oh, well, this is therapeutic or something like that. So you give it a
Yeah,
purpose.
yeah, but
Even like going on vacation or something like that. You need a vacation. You have to because you need, the mental break and everything and blah 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 from work and everything. It's a requirement that you need to do in order to maintain your sanity. It's not just because you just want to go
Yeah,
somewhere.
yeah, that makes sense.
So,
So,
I mean,
in last episode, we said we were going to talk about TV and stuff. So, um, I finally finished Breaking Bad. Um, had you
oh,
seen that before, right, or no? Okay,
no.
I was talking to somebody who. Oh, okay, I never remember who it was. I was talking to another one of my friends who was telling me about how great the series was and all this other stuff. And of course, you heard all the hype when it was actually on TV. So I'm finished with that. I knew what was going to happen at the end because it's hard to avoid that with some of the podcasts and things I listen to. But I didn't think it was that bad. I didn't think it was amazing as some people.
When you started off as I don't think it was that bad.
It wasn't bad, but
That means you didn't think it was that good either.
I don't know. It was. I'll say watch it if you haven't seen it before. Watch it. But there's definitely several
Yeah.
episodes where I just fast forwarded through certain parts because it's like a lot of sitting there and having these long discussions about their emotions and how somebody's ruining the family and all this other stuff. And I was like, all right, I know exactly what's going to be said here. I'm going to skip this part. Um,
Yeah.
maybe if I watched it on
And
TV,
you
I may
are
have
Yeah, you wouldn't
been
be
different.
I mean, right now, if you already know how it ends and everybody's already talked it up for like years, it's like, like thankfully, I mean, I watched like The Wire. Like, I mean, everybody talked it up and everything. I kind of knew what happened at the end because I had caught a couple of episodes here and there when it was still
Hmm.
coming on. But then I actually sat down and watched it from start to finish, which was, a different thing. Even though I knew what happened at the end, it was still like a nice build up because of I mean, but The Wire was good. I've never watched an episode of Breaking Bad, so I don't
Well,
even
what we
know.
could do. So I've watched maybe one episode of The Wire, and again, this is like one of those black prerequisites you have to know about The Wire. I know, like some
Yeah,
jokes, like the Omar's coming joke. I think it's Omar. Yeah, the guy with the scar on his
yeah.
face who's in a bunch of other stuff. But other than that, I've maybe seen part of one episode, and it was like I was watching it while some kids were around, so I didn't really pay attention. Um, so I need to check that out, and I think check out
It's
Breaking Bad.
good.
It's not
I mean,
bad. But like if you know what happens at the end and all that stuff, it's an interesting storyline. I'll say that, but it comes like full circle, kind of.
oh, okay. Well, I mean, that's kind of like The Wire. I mean, I guess you would say like with The Wire. I know for me, I mean, The Wire and Battlestar Galactica taught me everything I know about politics. Well, not everything I know, but it taught me a lot
Hmm.
about politics and just seeing the inner workings of how things, go with, police and I mean, and everything. And Battlestar Galactica is just like how people think,
Yeah,
and groups of people and move. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It's a lot to
yeah.
it. So,
Battlestar was that was interesting. I didn't like the ending, but
yeah,
like I was around a bunch of people who hyped it up, and they were talking about all the intricacies and how it really was really deep and all this other stuff. And I was like, all right, but uh, it was interesting. It was entertaining.
I mean, I've never seen a last episode of anything and was like satisfied.
Yeah,
So, I
right.
mean, and that never happens. I mean, but sometimes it's just like, at least it wasn't like, oh, it's just a dream or nothing.
Yeah,
It's like
that would have
that.
been dumb.
It seemed like it came to an end. Like this is when they planned to end it. It wasn't like it just like, oh, we ran out of funding, we got canceled, so we're just gonna wrap this up real quick, and they got together and it's over.
Yeah.
Boom.
Well, I saw that. So I
So,
used to watch. I watched this show called Burn Notice. Um,
oh, I heard about
it's
that.
not bad. It's on Netflix, I think. But for a while, because I don't know how many seasons it was. It was definitely longer than Breaking Bad. But for a while, it just became like circular. That's what I don't know why I have so much trouble saying that word. But circular, where or cyclical is the word I'm trying to think of. Is where he kept having to deal with the same problem
That's the
over
word
and
of the week.
over, and
Oh,
it was like, all right, this is getting redundant, and like these the same issue kept happening, or he kept trying to get back into this organization, and it kept failing different ways, and then in the last season, it became like in the last few episodes, it was obvious, like okay, somebody called them like, yo, you got two more episodes, wrap it up. So in the last two episodes, like people was dying left and right, like unrealistic stuff was
Oh my
happening. It
goodness.
was crazy. Um, so yeah, I thought that was an interesting because I've seen that and then like Breaking Bad. I guess they knew after the end of the fourth season that the fifth season was the last season, and so in the fifth season, like from the jump, you start seeing them set up stuff for the ending, which was better than like
Yeah.
Burn Notice where it was like everything was going fine and then suddenly
And
things just
suddenly
took a
just
turn for the worse and his mom dies, his friend dies,
yeah.
like random people just everyone dies. People like start sacrificing themselves
Yeah.
for no reason.
Yeah. Did you ever see Firefly?
I don't think so. Is that like a space movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Was a show. And they made a movie out of it too, but it was a
When did
show
that come
first.
out?
The show it was a
Okay.
while ago. It's like famously like had one season that was really good and got canceled and everybody's like,
I think I've
ah!
seen
you
the
know.
movie because it's like they crashed their ship or something at the end of the movie. I don't know. I think I've seen the movie, but not the show.
Yeah, and there's like these reavers and I don't know. Yeah, no, I mean the movie was yeah. The show was really good. I mean it's a lot of it felt like a well-rounded like it could have gone on for a while, but it only got one
Mm-hmm.
season, which is kind of whack. But I mean everybody liked it though. But I don't know because there's some shows out there that've been going on. I think like that show Supernatural or something like that that's been on for like 21 seasons or
Mm-hmm.
something ridiculous like that. It's like people are like, oh, you should watch that. And it's like, there's no way I'm catching up with that.
Well, that's
I
how I
don't have
feel about
time. I mean,
Walking Dead because
yeah,
it started getting cyclical.
well, I don't know if it got cyclical. Honestly, I got burnt out with it this season because it was like traumatic, and then it's been kind of slow. And I don't know. We were watching an episode earlier. We were like 3 episodes down behind, but I don't know. I just got, I got tired of it. I'm ready for Game of Thrones to come back
That's
though.
another one
But
I've never seen.
that one's not cyclical. I mean, at least that one it's got it's based on books. It's already planned out, so it's not like they just add a new season. It's like, oh, we're coming back, and they're like, all right, well, let's mix them. It's not like Arrow where they got to make new stuff up.
Or Flash. I heard
So
Flash. They like just rewind time when it's convenient.
I. Well, it's gotten better this season. I mean, it's still kind of cheesy, but I mean, it's like it's not as cheesy as Legends of Tomorrow, but Legends of Tomorrow is cheesy, but they've like
Mm-hmm.
embraced it as cheesy, so it's gotten better. They're not trying anymore to not be cheesy. They're okay
So
with it,
there's another. I only saw
and so it's
season one
got
of that. Is there another one?
yeah, they got rid of that Hawk chick because she was whack. I mean, she seemed I don't know. I don't blame her. I blame whoever wrote her character, but they brought in the character Vixen.
She was
You know who
in
she is?
Arrow, like the one that was in love with what's his name with the arrow.
Uh,
Oh,
no,
okay. Well,
I mean, because that's like every woman on this show has been with Oliver.
no, but there's this girl. She's like was in love with him, and she keeps trying to get him to fall in love with her or whatever. I don't know. Either way, it doesn't really matter.
Oh wait, and no, I think I know who you're talking about, but no, I mean, but yeah, he's been with every woman on that show. I think just about,
Yeah, pretty
except for
much.
his mom and his sister. But
His mom's dead,
yeah, so
and
anyway,
his sister's kind of dead. Jace.
yeah, she kind of just disappeared this season. Some point, it's like, okay, well, I'm gonna go, and then it's like, all right. But no, Vixen, she's black, the black chick, and she's got like power where she can like channel animals or something like that. But
Oh, okay. I've seen her.
yeah,
She's like from a different city or something.
yeah, yeah. Well, they brought her on there, but the one that's on Legends of Tomorrow is actually like her great grandmother. So
Okay.
yeah,
Well,
yeah. No, I mean, but it's cool. I mean, it's like she's on there. I mean, and I don't know, she's not whack on there or whatever. I mean, it's cool. I mean, it's cool. And the girl that used to be on the Arrow, she's actually in charge now. So,
mhm.
but I mean, it got better. I mean, Flash, it's I don't know. They've been trying to save Iris from dying the whole season, so I don't know. I don't know. All some of those shows. I mean, they get caught in the. Yeah, I mean, like you're saying, that cyclical thing of like, oh, okay, well, something happens and it's like it's all my fault. Blah blah blah. Arrow suffers from that bad. Like anytime something happens, it always goes back around to him self-loathing and blah blah blah, and it's all my fault. Nah, nah, nah. It's all over or whatever. And then Flash does the same thing. So I don't.
Yeah, they all have that scared to admit they're in love with someone type of situation. I don't know. It gets old.
Yeah, it. I don't know. They got to switch some things up. But I mean, I watched Iron Fist. Unfortunately, um,
Oh, I need to watch that. Was
no you don't. You don't.
okay.
You don't need to watch it. I mean, you can watch it casually, like if you don't have
hmm
anything else to watch, but you don't need to watch it. You don't need to
So
set aside
it's
like a
worse than like Daredevil and what's his name, Luke
worse.
Cage.
I wouldn't say anything. I mean, I wouldn't say worse and put Daredevil in the same sentence. Um,
Well,
Daredevil
I'm not
was
saying
good.
Daredevil's bad, but I'm just saying like it wasn't good
I
at
mean, you
all.
got Daredevil, you got Jessica Jones, you got Luke Cage, and then like you got Iron Fist. It's like, what happened here? It's like,
Huh.
why is this terrible? I mean, it's not terrible, but compared to those three,
hmm
it's terrible.
What
That's,
do you think is the weakest of those three?
um, Daredevil, Jessica Jones, and Luke Cage.
Yeah.
Uh, hmm. I don't know. I mean, I think Jessica Jones is my favorite though. Honestly,
That's because you're a feminist.
probably. Just can't support the black man. No, I liked Luke Cage, but then it did get kind of like towards the end. It was like, all right, what's going on here? The villains were just kind of got corny towards the end. Um,
Yeah.
Jessica Jones, that never happened. That's why I liked it. There was no point in that it was corny and it was it was terrifying the whole time. I mean, in Daredevil, he's had 2 seasons, so I mean, the second one, I don't know if it was as good as the first. I don't know. It was cool. I would okay. So out of those, I would say Daredevil is number three. And then there's Luke Cage, and there's Jessica Jones.
Okay. I can't. I have a different ordering. I'll explain my reason. So, uh, season one Daredevil I really liked. He's had 2 seasons, so he's kind of got an advantage.
Yeah.
Season two I didn't like as much.
Well,
Uh,
Punisher was good in there.
yeah, yeah. I really liked Punisher.
Yeah.
And I really liked what's his name, the fat guy who's not really that fat or that big, but they play him as really big and fat.
He's on another show, but we'll get back around to that. I'll tell you about that next.
But he's the guy from Law and Order. I liked him as
Wilson Fisk.
Kingpin. Kingpin.
Yeah.
Um, so I like Daredevil. I felt like season two. I didn't like it as much as the first season, but the first season it was kind of just the build up to the reveal of Daredevil, and then but those two were good. Jessica Jones I liked, but it was kind of slow in some parts, and I heard someone else talking about it recently. They were saying that basically it was the story of the bad guy more than it was her story, because they did reveal some history on her, and like
Yeah.
obviously some Luke Cage stuff too, but it seemed like it was more because there was a lot of honestly there wasn't a lot of Luke Cage stuff, but there was a decent amount of Luke Cage stuff in her story, and there was a whole lot of stuff about that guy. I forgot what his name was,
The Purple Man.
mind control guy.
Yeah.
Um, but there were I don't know much about her. I know she got her powers because she was like a foster kid or
Yeah, she
something
was
like
like
that.
mad vague about how she got her powers. I mean, they glossed over it, but yeah, there was so much else going on. It was just like, all right, I don't. It's like, I mean, that's cool and all, but I don't care right now because that guy is terrifying.
Yeah.
But
So, yeah, I liked Jessica Jones though, and then Luke Cage I liked,
yeah,
but I felt like when they killed the dude from House of Cards.
spoiler alert.
If you haven't watched it, then I'm sorry.
Yeah,
But when they got rid of that guy, I felt
Mahershala.
like he was the best bad
No,
guy
yeah,
on
they
the
should
show.
have. He should have been the character, the bad guy, the whole show. I mean, I guess
Yeah,
that's a long time, but yeah, because the guy that came after him, he was,
he was trash.
yeah, Yeah,
I
it
mean,
was.
from an acting perspective, I guess he was okay, but like his
He got
motivation seemed dumb,
yeah, and he got
and
corny at the end. Like his
he
suit.
wasn't conflicted because like I liked that House of Cards guy was conflicted. Like
Yeah, he had some depth to him. He was. Yeah, it actually. Yeah, it
he
was
had a real
different.
story,
Yeah,
whereas the other guy he had a story, but it was kind of a dumb story.
yeah, it
It
was.
wasn't like something where it would last that long or whatever. But
It's the
I don't know.
classic, like, oh, this is my brother, and we're gonna be enemies story.
Yeah,
That's not. I wouldn't call it groundbreaking story writing. I mean, that's not new.
no.
Versus, well, the other Cottonmouth, that was actually interesting. There was no like real relation. They just,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because it seemed like he didn't even want to be a criminal, but he
yeah,
was because like his sister pushed, well, his mom and his sister or whatever pushed him. So that story was far more interesting to me.
yeah. And
Um,
even the sister's story. I mean, she should have been the villain. I mean, I guess she did kind of turn into that, but she was
yeah,
more interesting than Diamondback for
yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah. I felt like he should have been just an accessory to the story,
Yeah, and they could
but
have brought him in, and he can just go disappear or whatever, and let
yeah,
her be the one. I mean, because I didn't see that coming when she killed him. That was crazy. I was like, what?
yeah. I didn't see that either. Uh, but it made for an somewhat interesting story. Iron Fist,
Yeah.
haven't seen it. I don't know. But in terms of
It,
rating the three of those, I'd say, hmm, I'm gonna say Jessica Jones is the weakest to me personally, uh, because
sexist.
I hate women, and I don't think they should have control over their own bodies, and they aren't as smart as us.
And she was
But
trying to take a black man from.
she was trying to break up a happy home. Well, it wasn't even a happy home because he was cheating. She was cheating.
She killed his black wife. No, anyway, go ahead.
Did she?
Yeah, she did.
Oh yeah, I forgot
What's
about
his
that part.
name made her kill who actually had done Luke Cage dirty. So yeah, I don't,
It's complicated.
yeah, it's complicated.
But yeah, out of
But
those,
either
that was
way,
the
she
one
took the
I
black man.
didn't like as much. But it wasn't anything wrong with it. It just like it didn't have as much action and all that type of stuff. And then I'm like, so Daredevil, I'm familiar with a little bit from like Daredevil movie back in the day, and I've read the comic book like maybe once or twice. Luke
Yeah,
Cage, don't know anything about it, but I liked it because it's nice to see a black hero, and you know, it doesn't happen often. And
yeah.
then Jessica Jones knew know nothing about it, but I felt like the story was good and everything, but it was
It's
just
nice to
kind
see
of
an
slow.
alcohol. It's nice to see an alcoholic hero. They need representation too. So,
There's plenty of alcoholic heroes. I feel like I don't know. I can't think of
well,
any
but not
examples, but
like
there's enough.
openly alcoholic. I mean, I think that's why I liked her because she just didn't care. She was just like, whatever. Just the way she went through life. I don't know. It's interesting to me, but yeah,
I
I don't
guess.
know. But yeah, Iron Fist. Like, I can give you an idea. Like, okay, you know how the music was like really good in Luke Cage.
Hmm.
They tried to like put cool music in there. Like the first episode, they opened with some like Outcasts and everything, and they had other music in there, but it was just so random that it did not make sense. It wasn't like it flowed like it was like, okay, well, this
Like
is
the
the
club
perfect time.
scene.
The club scene.
Well, like so in Luke Cage, I really
Oh,
like
like all
that
the music and
that
stuff like that.
Jadena song or whatever his name was, like Long Live the
Yeah,
King, whatever it was. I like that song. So when it came on, I was like, oh, this is tight, and it was cool that it was like, and they
it
had the
was
other
it made sense in
character, yeah,
the
because they were
moment.
in the
Yeah,
club,
yeah,
and
yeah. I
that,
mean, or even when he went in the house and was fighting everybody, what was on made sense. It fit the
yeah,
mood of it.
yeah,
In Iron Fist, it was like the music would come on and it'd be like totally random. Like what?
hmm.
Like why did it felt like product placement.
Yeah,
It's like okay, oh she's gonna work out. Oh, let me go turn on this run the jewels real quick and start punching it. So I was like, what? Well, that is. I mean, I'm fine with that, but like let it fit the moment. It's just it didn't feel like connected to the story at all. I
yeah,
mean, there were good characters in there, um, just not the main character. Um, well, because he looked mad whack. I mean, I don't know who to blame for that, but I mean, he didn't. He looked like everybody else could beat him up. Probably can in real life, but I mean, he looked like it. He didn't look
hmm.
like I don't know. It just looked like he didn't have enough fight training and all that kind of stuff, and like it just. which compared to like you said, like there wasn't like a ton of action in Jessica Jones, but her thing isn't that she can fight like that. I mean, she can fight, but like her thing is that she's strong, so she doesn't really gotta, she doesn't have to do all the martial arts and everything. It's not, she'll just kick you and you're done,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
She
So I mean,
didn't really use her powers that much, honestly, in the whole show
she
or whatever.
broke she broke a lot of locks
Yeah.
in this. Yeah,
Yeah, but it was like low key. She's a detective more than anything else, or a private
yeah,
eye, or
yeah.
whatever. So she broke dude's neck, I guess. But other than that, she really didn't do much like jumping,
I
leaping
mean,
buildings in a single bound or anything like that.
she jumped up on top of something to look through a window or something like that. I mean, but yeah, she was just like casual. She didn't want the attention. She
Yeah.
was like, oh, let me just go use my super strength real quick. All right, well, nobody saw that. Oh, good. You know, what I don't know, but skip Iron Fist and watch Into the Badlands instead.
Okay. I don't know what
That
that is.
was
Is that a movie or?
it. It's a show. It used to come
Okay.
on after. Well, I guess it's coming on now too, but it would come on after Walking Dead. I
Mm.
mean, I saw the commercials for it all the time, but I always ignored it. But like then, like one weekend recently, I watched the whole season, and
Mm.
it was good. It was. I mean, it's like based in the future or something like that. And like this guy, I forget the guy's name, but it's like everybody can fight. Everybody knows martial arts in this world. Not people don't really have guns like that. But I mean, they still have like these old cars that they drive around, but it's like separated and there's like barons and stuff like that. There's like almost like little kingdoms and stuff like that, and like they have armies or whatever, and like they're in competition. But there's like a whole lot of like really good like fighting in it.
Hmm.
I mean, sometimes it's a little over the top, but it's good. There's a storyline and everything. I thought it was really good.
Like now that I've taken care of Breaking Bad, I think I'm watching Black Mirror. Have you seen that?
I've seen a couple of episodes. That show's crazy.
Yeah, the ones I saw were pretty crazy, but it definitely made me think about like because a lot of it is plausible, could happen.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I'm working through that, and then I'm still watching Abstract, and
Oh, I'm done with that. Well, I didn't watch the last episode because it was boring, but.
I haven't watched anything since the stage designer lady, but I haven't. I downloaded it on my phone. I just haven't watched it. And then
Oh,
I'm watching Narcos,
I
but
started on that, and then I don't know. I kind of lost interest. I think I don't know.
yeah,
I don't know. I mean, I just didn't feel like it was going that. I don't know. I'm not
well,
as
we
obsessed.
all know what happened. So yeah, I'm not that. It wasn't that
Yeah,
interesting. And then I was watching Breaking Bad, so it's like one drug show at a time. So
yeah. I just what I think when it was on, I just wasn't in the mood for it. It's just like, all right. I don't care that much. I don't know. I don't know. I'm much more likely to watch something with aliens in there or something like that, like Expanse, or which I haven't started watching the next season yet, but apparently they got renewed for a third season, so that's tight. But
mm. So in the
I
first
think
season, did they finish up the first book, or is it?
yeah, I think so. I mean, where they ended, I wasn't sure if that was the end of the first book because it was so long ago since I read the first book.
Yeah,
But
I mean, are they doing the whole thing on the moon with the Ganymede or whatever it was?
um, yeah, the station, with the vomit zombies and all that,
Okay,
that
yeah.
all happened.
Okay.
Except there weren't vomit zombies. I mean, there were people walking around dying, but nobody was like vomiting, and it wasn't as much vomit. I was looking forward to that.
I
Um,
still haven't checked that out. I need to find somewhere where I can watch it for free.
Amazon.
I have to have Prime.
Well, get Prime trial
Oh yeah, okay.
and finish it real quick and turn it off,
I have to do that.
or just keep it. Free shipping's nice.
Yeah, you're right. I just haven't. I don't buy stuff from Amazon very often.
Well, if you had free 2-day shipping, you would.
You're right.
But and or also, oh, that's what I was other saying. The guy Wilson Fisk, the guy that plays him, he's on this other show called Emerald City. That's also really good.
Hmm.
It's based on it's like Wizard of Oz, but like the Game of Thrones version. So it's like mad violent, and it's like not it goes a different way. Like the girl, she like she ends up in Oz. I mean, she something like she's trying to find her mom or something like that. She ends up in, and it's she gets there through a tornado or whatever, but she gets there. Toto isn't just some little white dog. It's a German Shepherd that was actually a police dog, but the police had just got killed by a tornado. Or I don't know. A lot of stuff is happening. People are getting killed. Like the scarecrow is some guy that's strapped up to a cross, like with barbed wire. Like no, yeah, it's serious. I mean, and like it's good. It's good. A lot going on. I mean, they really thought about it, and I mean, it kind of follows the story. I mean, you have a different character, the Lion, Tin Man, and all that kind of stuff, but it's not. It doesn't just place them together real quick and then they are they're their team. It's not like
Hmm.
that. It's like a whole they're not. I mean, some of them have met each other, but some of them are against each other, and like all this there's all kinds of stuff going on, and like the wizard, he's kind of on his own thing. I mean, it's still like the power. He's on the power trip kind of thing, and like it's a lot to it. It's really good though.
Hmm. Well,
I also watched that in like one weekend. But yeah,
so
that was a
apparently
good
that's
show.
what you do for fun.
Apparently, I mean, but I can't call it fun because I felt obligated to finish it
Yeah,
because it was good.
I fight that obligation sometimes because I don't have time to be finishing stuff. At least not TV shows and stuff like that all the time. So
Yeah. Well, I was frustrated because I finished it and I was like, now what am I going to watch? So, I mean, recently we've been watching The Office, but it's like, what am I going to watch? And I finished all the good stuff.
The Office was good, but I've never seen the whole thing.
Well, yeah, me neither. I mean, after Michael Scott left, I was like, all right, I'm good. I mean, and it's not something you sit there and like you have to binge
No,
watch. It's like, okay, no, I don't have anything else to watch. Let me throw one of these on, and then you can come back to it like later, and it's, you don't feel the urge to, you know, not in the same way I didn't feel the urge to binge watch Iron Fist. That was different. But that was the main thing. I had to force myself to finish that. I was just like, all right, fine. Let me just at least finish it. Now that I've finished binging Into the Badlands, let me go back to watching Iron Fist.
a
So,
show I can think of that like I don't know. It was like one of those ones where you're just like I just can't look away from how bad this is. This weeds.
oh,
Uh,
I think I saw like 2 episodes of that.
I saw quite a few seasons of that, and
Why?
well, when it started out, it was somewhat interesting, and then like they burnt down the whole neighborhood or something, and she was I don't know. So the main character just ends up being an idiot because she has some good situations going on, and she screws like every single one of them. She screws up, and then the last episode I
Mm.
saw, she and her family were like trying to escape to Amsterdam or somewhere where weed was legal, so they could live there or something. It was just and at that point, I was like, all right, I've had enough. This is dumb. So I stopped.
I don't know. I remember I started in. I just did not
Yeah.
care at all. I didn't feel like connected to any of the characters, and it was just like, I'm not watching this.
Well, like the characters, yeah, no good characters. There's like some characters in the early seasons that are cool, but yeah, it was just dumb.
Yeah.
And then now, like weed's legal, so it's like, why am I watching this?
Yeah, it's like no point. It's like, oh, and they sell weed. Okay, all right. Oh, and they moved to Colorado. Okay, cool. At the end. You talking about power?
No, I've never. So that's
Um,
another thing. I've never seen any episodes of Power. I've never seen any episodes of Empire.
I watched the first season of Empire, and I watched the first episode of season 2 of Empire, and I was like, nope, and I'm done. And I felt better since then.
Is it any good, or is it like just like a soap opera type of thing?
It's just,
It's always
I
something
guess you
dumb
would call
going
it a
on.
soap opera. It's just some doing too much. It's just too much going on. I don't really relate. Just okay. So that guy, what's his name? That made the show. I forgot his name. Whatever his name is, but he has another show called
Mm.
Stars, and it started out better. I was okay with it. I mean, it was like a nice pace. Like, okay, this is interesting. These people trying to make it or whatever. But both of the shows, after a while, just too much is going on. It's like, how can anybody have like a, regular job or just live their life without stress, without, everybody's like, somebody's getting killed, somebody's dad is their brother or something. It just all kinds of ridiculous stuff is going on constantly. It's like, how are they supposed to be having a career also
Yeah.
at the same time? There's just too much going on compared to, compare that to a show like, I don't know if you've ever watched it called This Is Us, where there's a lot of drama going on, but because they're going back and forth between time periods, it seems reasonable. It's like, okay, well, this is a normal life for
Hmm.
them. It's reasonable. This all isn't happening like, because those shows like that, it's like, why is all this stuff happening this year?
Yeah.
Like right now, like why is this happening? What was happening last year? Why now? Why is she almost about to get killed? Why is her boyfriend beating her? Why is, I don't know. It just, why is this all happening
Hmm.
right now? Which I don't know. It's just too much. It's built up to too much. It's like you didn't have to do all that, and then you're trying to squeeze in your Black Lives Matter stuff here and there, and it's just weird and awkward because it isn't completely make sense with the story. But yeah, I don't know. It's a lot going on.
Yeah, I've never had
So
any strong interest in watching Empire. Power seems like it might be interesting from what I've heard, but never seen
Power's
it.
Power's all right. I mean, I've seen a couple of episodes. I mean, it ain't The Wire, but I mean, it's all right, I guess.
Yeah, so either way, a lot of those shows that a lot of people are into, like those two and all the love and hip hops, like I just don't care enough to continue.
No, no. Well, I don't. Yeah, I don't care. But that, I mean, those I don't care enough to start. I mean, I hear it in the background sometimes, but I refuse. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's there's a lot of other good stuff. Oh, I mean, well, one YouTube show I used to watch was that Awkward Black
Mm.
Girl, which is insecure. I don't know if you
No, I
watched that,
never.
but
I don't have whatever channel that comes on. Well, at least I don't think I do.
me neither. Me
Okay, so how
neither.
do you watch it?
Where there's a will, there's a
Okay,
way.
send me a link. I thought about because I
Well,
Awkward Black Girl I did watch. Uh,
you have to find your own links because I don't know. I can't guarantee the links that I send will work or not give you a
I'm
virus.
down for
So
the virus. But I used to watch
okay.
that show on YouTube. It was pretty interesting and somewhat entertaining. But
Well, I think you'd like Insecure. Insecure is good. It was good. Did you watch it? Atlanta.
no, because that's on Hulu. I have like the free Hulu.
It's on
So
Hulu now.
I don't
Atlanta
know.
is.
I don't know. I thought you told me it was on Hulu. I don't know where it is.
Oh no, I watched that somewhere. Maybe it is on. If it is on Hulu, I'm gonna watch that. But no, I think I watched it somewhere else. But no, that Atlanta is really good too. Both you need to watch those two shows. That's my recommendation. Those two shows in Emerald City and Into the Badlands. The Badlands.
The Batman's. So the last movie I watched was the Lego Batman movie. Speaking of Batman, if I had to give you a recommendation, well, I'd say check out Breaking Bad. It's slow sometimes, but you won't feel obligated to finish it anytime soon.
I don't. I
Um,
don't feel obligated to start it.
so there's some cool characters in there.
I just feel like I know too much already. I'm no. I mean, I don't know. That's like
Do you know who Gus is?
it's like when somebody trying to convince you to watch Titanic. It's like why?
I know exactly what's going. Yeah, but it's still interesting. That's what I'm saying. Like, put it on your list, catch it here and there. It's better than The Office.
What that Titanic?
No, 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 no.
Oh,
Breaking Bad.
oh, okay. The
um,
Office is funny though. I can kind of watch that, but not actually watch it, and it's fine.
yeah, you can. Well, you kind of need to pay attention a little bit to Breaking Bad, but
Well, oh, okay, yeah. I mean, I
in
just
terms of something that you can watch and not really watch, I don't know. I don't have any suggestions for
well,
that.
no. I mean, I don't have time for. I mean, if I'm gonna watch a show, I'm gonna watch a show.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
mean, and
watch
then
cast.
also I would say
I'm a
Black
professional
Mirror.
watcher. Black Mirror is good. Black Sails is good too.
Is Black Sails like a pirate thing?
Yeah, that was pretty
Okay,
good. It's
all
like
right.
when they're not. Well, okay. I mean, yeah, it's kind of wild, but no, it was pretty good.
Okay.
I need to catch up on that actually. Found that in the same place that I found all those other shows that you can't find anywhere. So
I'm looking for things I can find on Netflix with minimal effort.
Yeah, no, these you gotta halfway get a virus to get them. I think. I mean, I don't know. I mean, or pay for Sling or something. I don't know what I mean because I mean I'm sure those shows are gonna pop up somewhere
Yeah,
eventually.
so
Maybe
I
not HBO stuff. HBO's kind of stingy, I
the one
think.
I'm
But
motivated to find is The Wire because I literally haven't seen it, and I feel like I
well,
need to.
that's on Amazon. You can do that. You can justify Amazon Prime.
Maybe.
Come on, free shipping, free 2 day shipping.
Yeah,
You telling me you don't want that in your life?
yeah, I do, but I'll see. I
It,
gotta see.
it's not that much money.
Yeah, that's the one that I would do because I just haven't seen that, and I feel like people talk about how great it was. I figure I should see it.
I mean, they have other shows on there. I mean, I haven't watched their other shows. I mean, but they have shows on there. I mean, check it out.
Yeah, I've heard about some of their other. Well, I've seen the advertisements for like their own like homegrown shows, but none of them
Yeah,
look like something I actually wanted to watch.
yeah. Well, and then the new Top Gear is on there.
Yeah, that would be another reason why I'd watch. Because
Yeah,
I watched the first episode of Top Gear while it was free. It was pretty
yeah.
interesting.
Well, yeah, I think I've watched like maybe 2 to 3 episodes, but yeah, I mean, I've just been spacing that out. I mean, I just haven't. I forget about it honestly. They're like, oh yeah, I should go watch that. But,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's another thing I can just watch anytime.
yeah, it's no hurry. You'll be all right.
Well, we've talked about all the movies and the TV shows, not TVs. Um, Next episode, we'll be talking about design again. Uh, we decided
Maybe.
maybe, unless some good shows come out that we want to discuss or whatever. Um, so, hope you enjoyed it. If you have any suggestions for good shows to check out, definitely leave a comment. Uh, yeah, leave a comment. I guess that's the only way you could tell us. Leave a comment or post it on our Instagram or something like that.
Okay.
But yeah, thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.
You
Remember to follow us. Our website's alienmuffin.com. Alien Muffin everywhere else at Alien Muffin because nobody is weird enough to choose that as their name. So,
So I was talking to somebody and they told me the name was unprofessional. So yeah,
did you tell them that their mother was unprofessional?
I didn't think to tell them that.
Oh, okay. Oh, you should watch the rap game. That's pretty good.
Is that another thing I have to pay for?
I don't know. You can find it bootleg on YouTube. But that's it. It's like Jermaine Dupri and he brings kids in and like they rap.
It's a reality show.
I mean, it's a competition show.
I don't think I'm interested in that.
No, I mean, it's pretty decent. It's pretty decent.
Okay.
It's entertaining.